Okay, so we'll begin our sloka recitation with our prayers and obeisances to the lordships of beautiful lordships of Jagannath Mandir. बलदेवा प्रभु की जय, सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ की जय, गौर निताई की जय, पंच तत्व की जय, लॉर्ड वामन देव की जय, लॉर्ड परशुरामा की जय, गुरु परंपरा की जय. Okay, we will say our prayers. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so we are in chapter 11, the universal form of the Lord, and shloka is 11.25. Damshtra karalani chataya mukhani drishtva kalanala sanibhani desho na jane na labhe cha Sharma Prasiddha Devesha Jagan Nivasa. Translation: O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth in all directions. I am bewildered. So it was actually Arjuna who asked for this, and now he's saying this. So that's an unexpected reaction. And this is not the first instance. Anybody who has asked something from Krishna, we have this Markandeya Rishi also, who asked to see this material energy of the Lord. He was also confused and, for a while what he was seeing. But here, this is a very different form. That was a baby form of Krishna Gopala, small infant form on a leaf. And here, this universal form, this is a destruction, the form which shows destruction. So very difficult to comprehend this, because this is many times, unimaginable times. This is what Arjuna is seeing. Arjuna is a very brave Kshatriya, and what he is seeing, and when he's describing this, it is beyond our imagination what this universal form would be capable of. We can just try. So imagine you are wearing spectacles for the first time, or you are like watching a 3D movie wearing 3D glasses, or AR VR headset, which is common now, headgear, which promises to give you an out of this world experience. That is just a miniature change. What you imagine or what you experience in the change in the environment. For a while, you feel you are suddenly put into a different world. You proceed very cautiously, else if you are feeling disoriented, tripping over or falling down. So you willingly took this step, but you don't know how, and you should proceed safely with this drastic change in what your mind senses no experience. Same is with Arjuna, but that is like unimaginable, infinite times. Arjuna asked for this, and Krishna is showing it, because Arjuna is now his disciple, and Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who's playing the role of a teacher. And so this is where we are. And even Arjuna expresses his shock, and Arjuna is now viewing and witnessing and describing the experience of the Vishvarupa, or the universal form of the Lord. And the previous verses, it was mentioned what demigods were feeling and on viewing this Vishvarupa form, how various manifestations of Lord Shiva, Adityas, and many others, and the perfected demigods were wonderstruck. And how an ordinary human being would experience, that is unimaginable. They are like demigods. And now Arjuna is focusing particularly in this verse on the teeth and the mouth of the Vishvarupa. It looks fearsome, and it is not at all easy to understand and appreciate what Arjuna is seeing now. Kala refers to time and destruction. Time also has the feature of destruction. So his Grace Chaitanya Charan Das Prabhu explains this. It refers to the fire of destruction which is coming out, the fire of death, Arjuna is saying that it is such a fearsome sight that I don't know what is happening. He's saying, Krishna, I'm unable to understand the directions, and I am unable to maintain my calmness. Please have grace on me, O Lord. O Lord, the shelter of the universe, please be pleased with me. O Lord, you are the controller of all the gods, demigods, over future of the worlds. In one sense, the fire coming from the mouth of Vishwarupa is not something new. This was mentioned previously in the previous shloka also. In your mouth, there are fearsome, terrible teeth. These are like huge, gigantic teeth in the huge, massive, gigantic faces, mouth of the universal form. Example to quantify this, to just to understand, if a person goes to very unfamiliar territory area, and if there are dogs in that area, and they're barking with mouth wide open, threatening the person with their razor sharp teeth, then the person becomes apprehensive in entering that territory. And uh, and you can, if you have seen movies, in some movies, if you have seen that, if there is a mountain volcano which was considered to be dormant, and all of a sudden it becomes active, people will start running, all of a sudden, what to do. They were told that this mountain is dormant and now it is active. There is no time to ask or consult anyone, sometimes. And some are shell shocked and they don't know in which direction they should run. Some would be scared and stunned and don't know what to do at all. Arjuna is saying that I can also see the manifestation of fire of destruction. This is not an ordinary fire. This is fire of destruction, of annihilation, which is very scaring and which is causing people to tremble. This fire of annihilation, fire of destruction, which comes at the end of the universe, is especially very, very fearsome. That is the kind of fire that is being displayed here. Krishna is also known as fear personified. Even god of death or fear is afraid of him. So this Vishwarupa form of Krishna, which is displaying, Krishna is known to be number one in everything. Whatever he does, he's perfect. So this gigantic Vishwarupa form is like unimaginable to quantify. So whatever it is, whatever is Krishna trying to do, it has to be the best. So it has to be superior to anything anyone does. So here it is not some ordinary disorientation which Arjuna is experiencing. It is a very strong statement of the disorientation. Generally, we would know the directions, what are the directions. But when it is very strong disorientation, we don't know what is going on, what is happening over there. So Arjuna is saying, I don't know, I don't have the peace of mind or calmness on seeing this form. Um, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu calls this experience seeing something unfamiliar in the familiar. Uh, when somebody is dazed and confused. Here Arjuna is the one who asked to see the Vishwarupa form. He understands what is Vishwarupa, gigantic universal form. But now seeing something unfamiliar in the familiar is leading to such a reaction. So this is like, example is like a well-known friend, who you know to be very soft-spoken, pleasing, calm and lovable person, very good association, very good company. And now this friend of Arjuna, Krishna, the impression he had of Krishna, which is now what he's seeing, this universal, this is totally opposite. And this is not what he had imagined on seeing this ferocious form of the Vishwarupa. Um, Chaitanya Charan Prabhu calls this emotion is a function of our expectations. When things go in a known manner, we have one kind of expectations, and when they don't in that particular manner, we, as per our expectations, we behave differently. So that is what Arjuna is doing. He's losing his orientation. So here Arjuna is trying very hard to make sense on seeing the unfamiliar in the familiar, something unfamiliar in his familiar friend, in the familiar behavior of his friend Krishna, who he was so accustomed to, and now he's showing this universal form. How is this possible? I have known Krishna. He has done so many splendid things. It is pleasure to be with him, but he was never like this. If a known person or friend acts in such a manner, then we try to calm them down. We try to pacify their anger. So this feature where it represents anger, ferociousness, he feels as if I don't know what is happening. he expresses his shock, and he's also glorifying this universal form of Krishna. Um, he's glorifying simultaneously, and he's also in shock. There is no need for you to get angry. If you get angry, Krishna, then what is the hope for this universe? Things will go haywire. There will be disruption to the normal way of life. He tries to pacify this universal form of Krishna. We have seen in TV, many of you would have also seen in TV, the chase or encounter of police with criminals. Sometimes these cops, they use these taser guns, instead of bullets. A person criminal is stunned by the shock, jolt, or current from the tasers, and then he lies motionless on the ground, disoriented, and it takes some time to bring him back to senses, to revive him. Another instance would be, of course, this is very minute quantification. This universal form and what Arjuna is feeling, it's beyond our expression. So we know that Arjuna is not an ordinary person. He's a very bold, famous Kshatriya. He's not afraid to fight. And, there are many things to substantiate that Arjuna is a very extraordinary personality. Krishna mentions that he's his relative and old friend, that he's very dear to him, and that Krishna, remembers everything, but Arjuna has forgotten about their being together, about their relationship, about their friendship. We know that Krishna and Arjuna also exist eternally as Nara, Narayana Rishi. Krishna is Narayana and Arjuna is Nara. And Arjuna is a great warrior Kshatriya. As was a custom for Kshatriya kings to fight and win kingdoms, Arjuna did that same on the order of his elder brother Yudhishthira, as part of, I don't remember the name of the yagya, I don't remember if it was Ashwamedha yagya or Rajasuya yagya, sacrifice, where he go with the other brothers, they go to fight other kingdoms, rulers, to get them. Either they are defeated or they willingly join. So that was how it is. And we know that Arjuna challenged many kings, and he won the hands of queens, and he even won the hand of Draupadi, showing his Kshatriya skills. And he fought Lord Shiva, and I think even Lord Indra he fought, and then pleased them with his Kshatriya skills and got weapons and blessings from them, which he would later use in the battle of Kurukshetra. So, and there are many more such experiences. So this is what Arjuna was experiencing, and he's particularly describing the mouth and teeth, how ferocious they look, and he's in that shock, and he's losing his calmness and peace of mind. And so we just use a few examples to quantify, but it is not, we will not be able to quantify. This is like universal form of Krishna, and like I said earlier, Krishna is number one in everything. Whatever he does, it has to be perfect, it has to be glorified. I mean, it should be glorifiable. So but otherwise we know that, like Arjuna, pure devotees of the Lord Krishna, they don't look forward to the universal form of the Lord. They are very pleased with this two-hand form, Shama Sundara form. But nevertheless, Arjuna is his disciple, and he asked for it, and he is setting an example. He's in this now, what you call guru disciplic succession, where he's receiving this knowledge, and because of Arjuna, we will receive this knowledge in the form of Bhagavad Gita. So it was right for him to ask this thing, but now because he asked for it and what it is, so he's explaining his experience. So that is how it is. So thank you, Prabhuji Mataji, thanks for joining. Please continue to join for this chanting and reading session, and this will be continued tomorrow, further explanation of this. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat pranams.